Hello, welcome to 10 Min Daily News Channel. Thank you for watching us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's have a look at today's news. The Israeli army says it has recovered the dead bodies of 5 Israeli captives from a tunnel in the Jabalia area of northern Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited the Gaza Strip and stated that the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, had requested not to cease military operations. Egypt floats ambitious plan to end Israel-Hamas war and create transitional Palestinian government. Ron Johnson on Colorado Trump ruling, racial leftism has infiltrated every institution. In U.S., for a third time, the Biden administration has denied independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s request for Secret Service protection. Irish Prime Minister shocked by fatal shooting at Dublin restaurant. Israel's brutal war on Gaza has killed more than 20,000 Palestinians, destroyed homes and livelihoods, and forcibly displaced millions of people. Palestinian Health Ministry in Gaza reports 20,674 fatalities and 54,536 injuries since October 7th. A Palestinian who survived the Israeli air attack on Gaza's Maghazi refugee camp, which led to the deaths of more than 70 Palestinians, says he witnessed the complete and real extermination of a residential square. Israel hits Bethlehem in Christmas raids on occupied West Bank. Frustration that President Biden is trailing former President Trump in polls, despite a growing economy, is building at the White House. Indian borrowers are harassed by loan app representatives who abuse, threaten, and blackmail them by accessing their contacts and pictures. Philippine actions in South China Sea extremely dangerous, Chinese state media. Ron Johnson criticized the Colorado Supreme Court's ruling disqualifying former President Donald Trump from the state's primary ballot, saying that he blamed radical leftism. China to provide consular assistance to Vivo employees arrested in India. Dozens killed as Israeli strikes on Gaza continue on Christmas Day. Over 5,500 unpaid work orders not completed after 2 years in England and Wales. Israel's military believes it could take months to take control of Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis. The U.S. must provide military aid to Ukraine because the Eastern European country's objective to defeat Russia is just, according to a former NATO Supreme Allied commander. Iran denies U.S. claim it targeted tanker near India. The Israel Defense Forces are making tremendous progress toward getting close to ending Hamas as a unified group in Gaza. Retired U.S. Air Force Brig Gen Blaine Holt. Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe grants amnesty to more than 1,000 prisoners and releases them from jails across the country to mark Christmas, says official. President Biden said that he did not ask Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to negotiate a ceasefire in the country's war with Hamas during a call Saturday, despite rising pressure to do so. Republican lawmakers in North Carolina are working to ensure that the Board of Elections doesn't reverse course and end up accepting a petition to keep Trump off the state's primary ballot, said State House Speaker Tim Moore. The Biden administration initially intended to hide the existence of the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down earlier this year after it traveled over U.S. airspace. Afghan schoolgirls are finishing 6th grade in tears. Under Taliban rule, their education is over. Israel's war cabinet is set to discuss a truce proposal formulated by Egypt. Another border has opened on the fentanyl front for the United States. Fentanyl labs in Canada could worsen the opioid epidemic in the U.S., according to a report. Trump asks appeals court to toss election subversion case just a day after Supreme Court declined special counsel Jack Smith's request to take up Trump's argument that his actions are protected from criminal prosecution under presidential immunity. Israel continues its relentless bombardment of Gaza, worsening the humanitarian crisis in the besieged enclave. The death toll from an Israeli airstrike in central Gaza rises to 106, Palestinian officials say. The frontline city, Russia, could seize again. Turkey retaliates at home, abroad, after troops killed in Iraq. President Vladimir Putin gave permission to raise the naval flag on 3 new warships, the frigate Admiral Golovko, the small missile ship Narofominsk, and the sea minesweeper Lev Chernovin. Yemen's Ansar Allah movement, also known as the Houthis, has trained 20,000 reservist soldiers for possible deployment to the Gaza Strip, Yemeni news agency Saba reported. Taliban's FM Mutaki, the world that talks of human rights, human values, freedom, and justice, is watching the brutal massacre in Gaza. Russian Kh-59 cruise missiles heading in direction of Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine. Massive Russian bombardment of Novomykhailovka continues. More than 9,000 Palestinians have died because of an inability to provide them treatment, and it is likely that number will increase as health facilities go out of service, says Gulf Media Office in Gaza. Donald Trump on Sunday posted a message on Truth Social, claiming that the Colorado Supreme Court decision removing him from the primary ballot is political delusion and that he is entitled to presidential immunity. The Wall Street Journal reports that the FBI believes China could use AI to gather and stockpile data on Americans at a scale that was never before possible. Imprisoned Russian opposition leader Navalny located in penal colony 3 weeks after contact lost. During the first 6 weeks of the Gaza conflict, the New York Times report shows that Israel regularly utilized one of its most significant and destructive bombs in zones it had designated as safe for civilians. President Vladimir Putin announces readiness of 5 frigates, 8 corvettes, 13 small missile ships, and over 50 other ships of various classes at various stages of preparation. Niger's military leaders have announced the suspension of all cooperation with the International Organization of Francophone Nations, OIF. A Turkish drone targets a Kurdish facility in the Ain al-Arab region, Syria. Thank you for watching 10 Min Daily News Channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.